Hello everyone and welcome back to Sketching with Shaw. Today I'm going to be attempting to draw a fish-eyed viewpoint drawing. I'm not sure how to do it, but we're going to attempt it. Let's hop right into it, shall we? Alright, so starting out, we already see we have a drawing here. I went ahead and did this in my sketchbook first, but as y'all see, I started out with a circle here. Y'all can kind of see circle goes all the way around. But y'all see I got a dot down here, and to the right, left, and to the top up here. And all the videos I've been seeing online on how to do fisheye perspective or photos in general is they all have these points at the top and the sides of the drawing. And if you kind of see, I'm going to go ahead and just turn the opacity down a little bit. But like I said, we got the point down here at the bottom and then the two sides and the top. But as y'all see, I kind of made the lines point towards the points, just like this line right here. It's going toward the points as this one is heading toward the two side points. As you'll see, I made all of the fingers kind of transition down to those 2 points right there. Then the arms themselves, I also try to follow that rule of bending toward the 2 points. Even his whole body kind of bends all the way down, even down to his feet, all bend down to that 1 point. Since I already drew this once, I'm just going to lower the opacity like I already have, and I'm just going to trace over it. Some people call it cheating. I'm tracing my own lines, so I mean, is it really cheating? I might actually just make sure my lines are going down like they're supposed to. Or they passed down that all the way. Okay, they are showing up like they're supposed to. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't messing up before we get 45 minutes into this drawing. And if you've been part of the channel for quite some time, you've probably seen some of my other Little Nightmares drawings, but I just like that franchise. I like anything a little bit horror and scary in general, so. Plus, to me, it gives off Tim Burton vibes, and y'all already know. Love me some Tim Burton. So far, we're about halfway done with Mono here. These Little Nightmare characters kind of remind me of, if y'all have ever seen the movie 9, it's another good little movie. But the characters in that, they're also pretty tiny. But they're like little robot people. They're like an apocalyptic world. I forgot to start the speed painting video, so the speed painting might look a little weird at the end. Whoopsie! And with that, I think we got Mono all outlined up. Now I'm just going to do the music box real quick. And the music box too is also a weird shape because it has this like crank on the top that comes out and juts in different directions. So, well, I also didn't know what points to put those lines pointing towards, so the music box might look a little messed up as well, so just keep that in mind. Plus, there's also something satisfying about just tracing over an art piece you've already done, so it's like a reward. And with that little bit, we also got the music box drawn in as well. Now we just gotta draw 6. Guess I'll start out with these weird looking hands. The sketch don't look too bad to me anyway. But hands are a freaking nightmare to draw. Copy and paste this. And then I can just merge that layer with the layer below to put it all back onto one layer. Bada boom. Easy. But now it does look a little crazy over here, so we're gonna have to fix that here in a minute. That's a problem for later. Me right now, gonna focus on left side. Alright, well, we've got the hands and the start of the sleeves done. I guess I'm gonna just try to throw her legs in there real quick, so we gotta worry about those. And if you ain't ever played the game or seen the game, I know these legs look a little crazy, but it's kind of the way her legs just look when she turns into this giant looking creature thing. Alright, we got this pretty much the basic lines of the legs in. Now I'm just going to start the main part of her raincoat right here. Alright, we got the main body of her done. Now we just got to figure out these arms and the head. Like I said, I want to get a little bit more bend in these arms. Like they ain't bent enough already. Just trying to give some of these folds a little bit of personality, if that makes sense. Don't want them to look too flat, but you don't want to give it too much. Then the rest of this kind of just goes up into her hair, and we'll probably end up doing that last. And with that, I think we got all the line art in, except for her hair. I still ain't done the hair yet, but like I said, we're going to be doing that last. But for right now, I just want to zoom out a little bit. Alright, it's looking pretty cool so far. Like I said, all we got left to do now is the actual hair itself. So I'm just going to turn this back up just a little bit. And for the hair, I'm going to use this brush right here. It's a hair texture brush, so that's why I'm going to be using it. But I don't want to go too crazy with it. Then I'm just going to go through and just do a little bit of erasing just to give it some highlights in there. Now I'm just going to get rid of the excess that we didn't want. And with that, now we should have the entire line art done. Now all we got left to do is the color, so I can actually get rid of the reference image that I had of my original sketch. Before I merge everything into one layer, I'm just going to make sure I have everything where I want it. So I moved my music box there, made it a little bit bigger, but now I need to go back and erase a little bit of 6 because it's showing through right there. Now we just got the music box showing there, and now we just got to fill in the lines on the music box. And I like the position of everything else, so everything else I'm just going to leave there. And now I'm going to merge all of these into one layer. Now our full line art's all together. Now I'm going to go to my background layer, which is the layer I'm going to be coloring on. So I'm going to go in, put all my base colors in real quick, and I'll be right with y'all here in a second. And with that, we got all of our base colors in and our layers. So now I'm just going to go through and correct some of these little spots. Like right here is some color coming out the line, and some of it ain't colored in. Just going to go in, fix those easy, quick fixes real quick. Made me a new background layer. Now I'm just going to go in and actually fill this in with black, actually. And now as y'all see, since I made the background black, it kind of bleeds onto the lines. So to fix that, I'm going to get a pen out and make it a little bit gray, and then just kind of start putting in a little bit of light around them. Now you see it gives us a nice gradient for the background. And in doing so, I actually see a lot more little pieces that I missed. So I'm just going to go back and fix those again. Now that I've fixed all those little areas again, the light I want in this is going to be a little weird because I'm going to have blue, like a pinkish kind of light, because the lighting in Little Nightmares is weird. I'm just going to start laying in a little bit of shadow here and there with a little bit darker yellow, kind of an orange-ish yellow. Alright, now we got all of our base shadows in. Now to do my highlights, like I said, they're going to be looking a little weird because I'm going to use some crazy looking colors, kind of like that color right there. And I'm going to see if I can go in and just add this color around the edges. And now y'all can see what I'm going to kind of go for. The left is going to look a little pinkish orange kind of color. Alright, with that we got the pinkish side done. Now we're going to try to go for like a crazy looking blue. And so far it's looking pretty good, so. And now that I got all the highlights and stuff in, now I'm just going in, adding some texture to the background, making it look a little bit more interesting. Just trying to give it a real crazy feel about it. And with the background being finished and textured how I like it, now all I got left to do is assign it to have ourselves a finished artwork. Well, that pretty much sums up today's video, from idea to finished product. The actual piece of art itself I think turned out fantastic, but the fisheye part, I don't know if I achieved that or not, so let me know in the comments if you think I achieved fisheye viewpoint. Like I said, I think I kind of did, but like I said, this is my first time trying, and I did this without looking anything up. No tutorials. Who needs those, am I right? But y'all already know that pretty much sums up today's video. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you think I nailed it or if I completely missed the bar. But y'all already know, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and I'll see you next week.